what's happening, guys? I apologize for there not being a video for a while. Last week I went to see Bianca Del Rio with my friend, and because I'm just a complete introvert, that put me out of commission for all week doing anything. So we're back at it again this week, and we've actually got something a little bit different this time for the Facebook romance series, because this technically isn't a self-published book. This is actually a book that's published by Penguin. Yeah, Penguin, that big mammoth of a publishing company who pretty much pumps out successful books on a daily basis. This book is from them, believe it or not. Going back a bit, this advert popped up on my Facebook. That's why I'm including it in the Facebook romance series and not in like an Erin Rambles video or something. If you don't know what Erin Rambles is because you're new to the channel, it's where I pretty much just ramble about different topics that I want to talk about, and you can find a playlist on my channel. Just click on my channel link. Yeah, you can also subscribe while you're down there if you want. Basically, this advert popped up on my Facebook, and it's from Penguin. It's from the official Penguin page. And it says, "We've teamed up with Wattpad to publish a series of 6 original novels that are just as unique as you. Join us on a journey out of the ordinary." So basically, your first instinct when you read that is, that's actually quite a good idea. And now hear me out on this. Wattpad isn't solely a fan fiction site. You can publish your original stories onto Wattpad if you so choose. After by Anna Todd, which if you haven't heard of was a fan fiction about Harry Styles originally on Wattpad, but it got picked up by a publisher, and it even got made into a movie this year. But just like After, this first novel that has come up that's being made into a novel by Penguin, it is generic as hell. And what I mean by generic, well, all you need to do is look at this front cover. This image that I would easily believe was an image from the actual cover, like the author made this cover. If you don't know what I mean about authors making covers on Wattpad, I'll show you a couple that have been made for me in the past from my Wattpad days. And basically there's something kind of uncanny about them most of the time. But the image used here is an image that you can find hundreds of just by typing into Google, "girl on tiptoes, kissing boy." I swear I have seen hundreds of renditions of this image alone. And considering the fact that these stories are supposed to be unique and we're supposed to take a journey out of the ordinary, this is not a good start. I got a bad feeling as soon as I saw this advert on my Facebook. The book is called The QB, Bad Boy and Me. QB, I assume, being quarterback, meaning that this author must be American or is someone from the UK or something like that trying to emulate America. So I clicked on the link. I clicked on the Amazon link, and it is a legitimate book that you can get delivered to your house. Penguin must have picked this up on Wattpad like they said, and they've given this author a publishing deal. Star cheerleader Dallas Bryan has a problem on her hands, and his name is Drayton Leahy. Ever since the hot star quarterback of Archwood High football team hit her car with his motorcycle, he's had the annoying ability to get under her skin. Dallas has been thinking about Drayton way more than she should, in all the ways that she shouldn't. But Dallas has one goal: to pursue her dance school dreams in California. And no one, not even a green-eyed football god, will stop her. As sparks fly, Dallas begins to wonder whether Drayton could cost her her dreams if he doesn't break her heart first. And the wee review below here says, "A fiery, seriously addictive and steamy debut, perfect for fans of The Kissing Booth." And if that doesn't give you an idea of what this book is like, then I don't know what will, because The Kissing Booth is horrendous. Now let's analyse this for a second, because as Penguin has promised us, they have decided to publish unique novels that are going to take us on a journey out of the ordinary. What we have here is a high school romance with a star cheerleader and a quarterback, both conventionally attractive people. The football guy obviously being attractive because Dallas, this is from her point of view and it says so, and come on, what high school novel has an ugly star cheerleader? So we have 2 attractive people, star cheerleader, quarterback. They are thrown together in what is probably supposed to be considered a quirky way. He hits her car with his motorcycle. And basically, they probably, from my assumption, keep running into each other and getting under each other's skin until they fall in love, and she has to choose between her dance star dream and the boy. And if she chooses the boy over her dance star dream, then I lose hope for all humanity on why Penguin would decide to even publish this. I'm sure you get the idea that this is like every other high school book out there. Now, I have no idea with this idea in principle. I think it's a great idea for Penguin to go onto websites like Wattpad and look for new, interesting, original novels by authors who maybe wouldn't consider uploading their book to a publisher or getting an agent, and are simply publishing to Wattpad because they feel like that's the only place that they would be welcome. But the problem with this idea is that Penguin has already made it blatantly obvious that they're not choosing novels that are unique or are going to be interesting. They are choosing books that they know that the vast majority of, let's admit it, girls, the vast majority of girls are going to pick up and fall in love with, because it's a generic love romance where they can insert themselves in, and and there's a hot boy, and basically all the check marks of all these high school romances that you can find anywhere. And Penguin have chosen that, obviously, because it's a safe bet. They're not going to lose any money from that. It's going to sell like hotcakes, and it's going to get good reviews from the girls who read it. Now, disclaimer, I could be completely wrong. This book could have a complete plot twist inside it that I am not aware of, where he turns out to be an alien and he stops time so that she can pursue her dance dream and be with him at the same time. And that's the unique part, and they're just trying to sort of pull a whole From Dusk Till Dawn on us where it seems like one thing and then it turns into another. But somehow I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like this is going to be your run-of-the-mill high school romance, and there's going to be nothing unique about it. And that's frustrating. Coming from an author who has a book of her own and who had to go to a publisher herself to get her work published, it's frustrating that these novels that are exactly the same, that are clones of each other, are getting big opportunities like big publishing deals from Penguin without any effort, without having to come up with anything new or interesting, or have characters that are different, or have personalities and aren't just chasing each other's tails. There are stories on Wattpad that I believe deserve publishing deals. There are a plethora of books on Wattpad that deserve a publishing deal. I am not saying that there aren't. But Penguin aren't going to choose those. Penguin aren't going to choose those because they can't be guaranteed that they're going to sell. That's why these high school romances are being published, because even if they don't do great, there's still people who'll buy them. And it's sad. It's sad that that's the way Penguin are thinking. How are we all supposed to expand our literary world if we're all just jumping into the exact same story every single time? When people ask me what genre I read, I say I read quite a lot of genres, because I do. I try to explore and expand my horizons by reading things that are different from each other, because I like to explore different worlds. But if you like reading the same thing over and over again, I can't judge you on that. But the fact that big publishing companies like Penguin keep publishing the same thing over and over again shows that they have no interest in showing a variety of worlds to, let's admit it, a generation of teenagers, because this is the sort of story that would be targeted at teenagers. If all publishing companies are showing these teenagers is these generic high school romances and claiming that they're unique and original, then that's what teenagers are going to expect and believe are unique and original, when they're not. They're all the exact same. Now, I could be talking out of my ass here. This is all just my opinion, obviously. I would be really surprised if I saw that the next book that Penguin chose to publish for this campaign that they're doing was something like Madness at Noon, which I'll leave a link to in the description, because Madness at Noon is absolutely brilliant. And the main character in that inspired my character Thursday in my books. So I would highly recommend going to read that. I highly doubt that it would be a book like that Penguin will pick up. It'll all be the exact same stuff. It'll be romances. I'm sure they'll have a LGBT one thrown in there for diversity. And it's all going to be the exact same stuff, just rehashed and published by a big publishing company. Because let's face it, if these books had been submitted by themselves to a different publishing company, then they would have stood no chance, because they're just like everyone else. They sound exactly like these self-published novels, which are self-published because they wouldn't stand a chance being sent to a publisher. Let's face it. But yeah, that's my rant over for the week. I just wanted to throw my 6 pence in about this whole campaign that Penguin are running. If they start advertising the next book that they're publishing from Wattpad, I will probably do a video on that too, just to see if I'm wrong and it is different and unique, or if I'm right and it is the exact same drivel that we're being shoved down our throats every day. But until then, remember that I have a book. You can buy it via the links in the descriptions. Review if you like it, review if you don't. I like hearing what everybody thinks. And a little challenge for you, if you are into reading the same genre of books, maybe try picking up something different next time. Next time you're looking for a book, pick up something that you wouldn't normally read and see if you enjoy the diversity and the difference in what you're reading, and maybe you'll want to explore it more. So yeah, try that out. I can highly recommend it. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.